Hello folks, Pastor Rocky Branch. Hope you're doing great today. You know today's a good day. The Bible says today is the day the Lord hath made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Have you ever wondered or considered how effective you are as a witness for Jesus Christ? Now many people will say that they don't feel that they're very effective, or they don't really know what to do or how to do it, or whatever the case may be, because we have so many methods of witnessing and try to teach people so many different things that sometimes the average person just says, hey, I don't know what to do. You know, I don't know all the scriptures. If someone had asked me, I'd panic. I don't know. Well, let me encourage you, first of all, that you can learn the scriptures. There's no doubt about that. You just got to put some time in and ask the Lord to help you. But one of the greatest things about witnessing is to prepare yourself before you ever face the world. Spend time in prayer in the morning. It doesn't have to be an hour. It can be a few minutes, but with sincerity, and ask God to bless you. And then to consider in the Bible the people, perhaps, that stood by the sideline and watched other people live their life and was strengthened by it. Let me give you one that you may have never thought of. In the book of Daniel, chapter 3, is the story of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Now, they were thrown into the fiery furnace. The Bible says the furnace was so hot, the flames were so intense, that the very guards that threw them in died. Yet, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, the Bible says, are cast into the fiery furnace, and they are alive. In fact, the king looks down into the fiery furnace and sees 4 men. We know that fourth to be the Son of God. And they come out, they don't even smell like smoke, they're not singed, no hair singed, nothing. What a great miracle this is. This is incredible. But do you know, my beloved friend, do you know who was watching this account? Daniel himself. Daniel himself, that in 2 chapters over, in the 5th chapter of Daniel, would be thrown into the den of lions. The very Daniel that stood there all night, and the lions that were hungry did not even touch him. This very Daniel drew strength from Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. You may not have known that. So as he watched these 3 young men, which were friends of his, stand for their faith, when it came time for him to stand for his, not only did he believe what he stood for, but he had the experience of watching others be delivered by great miracles. So let me ask you, you may not understand or even recognize that your life is being watched by people. The way you act, the way you react, when a pretty girl walks by, when a handsome guy walks by, whatever the case may be. It's important to understand that your reactions are critical, and somebody's watching you, and what you do is going to make a difference and make an effect on people in your life. Many, many years ago at the City Drive-In in Spruce Pine, North Carolina, I was sitting at the City Drive-In. I had long hair. I was in a little MG midget, a little white MG midget with a red top on it. I had some alcohol, some drugs in there, and I'm not proud of that, but that's just the way that I was rolling at that time. And beside me was an old man in a hay truck. And I'm sitting there just watching the traffic, as we did in Spruce Pine in those days. And all of a sudden I look over, and this little old man gets out, and he's under 5 foot tall, and he has to lean down to look in the side of my little MG midget. And he just came over to my car and leaned down and looked in my car. And I just looked at him, and he said, son, if I were to give you something, would you keep it and not throw it away? I said, sure. He handed me a tag, and that tag had a finger like this, and out from it, it had Jesus First. And he said, will you keep that and not throw it away? I said, sure. I took that tag, threw it in the back of my little MG there, and he went, turned around, and got back in his hay truck. Pulled out, left. I never thought anything about it. Some time passed by, I don't know how long it was, but some time passed by, and I started cleaning out my car. I ran up on that tag. I remembered what the old man said, so I just took it and threw it in my closet in my room at the house. Do you know, folks, that years later, when I got saved by the marvelous grace of God, that tag was still in my closet. I got it out and put it on my car. That man made an influence in my life. I don't know who he is. I have no idea. I don't know where he was from. I don't even know what his name is, but I believe that he's in heaven now. He'd have to be 110 if he was still living, because he's an old fellow then. And I believe one of these days I'm going to be able to walk up to him and say, you know, friend, thank you for giving me a witness. Now, that man no doubt died before I ever started preaching and wouldn't have known me anyway, probably in that capacity, but he made a difference in my life, you see. You never know what difference you are going to make in someone's life. So remember, beloved, be faithful and God will bless you for it. This is the day the Lord hath made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. God bless you. We love you. Goodbye.